Do we have a medic on the scene?
That's correct. We do have one medic unit up here on top of the boat ramp. Can you advise in a priority of this patient?
I'm trying. At least a priority 2.
That copy, a priority 2 patient, medic 9, stretcher to the top of this boat ramp for a priority 2 patient.
9 copy.
Fire Rescue Boat 1 Command, we're on scene. Would you like to stay out here and search around for people in the water, or you want us to come over to Port Armistead?
Go ahead and proceed searching. If you can, from a safe area, avoid any areas around the bridge that may be in danger of further collapse.
Copy that. It appears to be a cargo ship hit the center span of the bridge, made it collapse.
Rescue 1 to command.
Rescue coming.
So you already know we have to talk about this. First and foremost, my deepest condolences goes out to all of the people that are negatively affected by this event, both the people that were potentially in the vehicles and the families of those people, as well as anybody who's going to be negatively impacted by this breakdown of infrastructure. If you are a Baltimore Fire Department and a first responder, this is zero shame to you. Okay, I love you. I'm proud of you. Thank you for doing what you do. I can only imagine what you're going through right now. Truly, I can literally only imagine. This is literally no shade to you. I just have so many questions. And I want to know why your officials didn't set you guys up for better success. And I'm sorry if you guys are really, truly suffering today and going forward. So let's get into this. If you are coming across me organically on the For You page and you're like, you're talking slow, like 2 times that, and I will all of a sudden be talking faster. I'm a millennial. I have a millennial pause. I'm not sorry. I am a first responder for over a decade, and I also have a very, very nerdy mind. So I also have a specialization in emergency management from a first responder standpoint, specifically emergency medicine. This event was catastrophic, and there are so many different levels to this. Way back, I believe in the summer, I did like a video about a different bridge that was way smaller in a way smaller town. And I just kind of like went off a little bit about what would happen if that bridge collapsed. This bridge in Baltimore is 10 times that. This event is conspiracy level. I mean, I hate to be that person, but it's kind of true. This is a conspiracy level event. And it is one of those things where you wonder, like, is this a Black Swan event? Or is this like a Swiss cheese event, right? Like, did just a whole bunch of failures happen and now we have this collapsed bridge? Or, hold on, I have to pause this so it doesn't delete. Or is this a Black Swan event? Because as far as I'm aware, this was not a naturalized to the US ship. And there were a lot of things that were missing. Now, keep in mind, I don't know waterways that well. Like, I grew up off the Mississippi, but, I don't know a lot about how water systems work. But as far as I'm aware, right, there are supposed to be tugboats and there's supposed to be lead boats and like all of this stuff. So I don't really know how that happened. And legitimately, I really, every part of my being cannot wait for the white papers to come out on what happened. And maybe it's not going to be white papers. Maybe it's going to be a study. I don't know how they're going to present this information, but I am so curious because I want to know how this happened. I mean, this is like seriously the most significant bridge collapse since I-35. Like, and that was in 2007, right? So this is not a small scale event, and I want to know what happened, right? Like, how did this happen? And they're like, well, a boat hit a bridge. Like, yes, thank you. I'm fully aware. What I'm saying is, like, how did this bridge fall so easily? And maybe I'm just not understanding the physics in this, and it's my own ignorance, and I'm gonna totally be like conscious and aware of the fact that I'm probably just like mildly ignorant to this fact. But outside of that, we don't even know how many like cars were on the bridge. Like, I'm sorry. Again, okay. So this is I'm just going to go in for a second. So I have to pause this again. If you're still here with me, hey. So we live in a day and age where we have cameras that track everything. I'm a little bit appalled from an EM standpoint and from a like first responder standpoint that we don't have a mild count to know how many vehicles entered that bridge around the time that the bridge was hit. And, you know, maybe you're like, okay, well, that can come in days. Friend, we should be able to do that on site. Like, I should be able to call up. And, like, they have this in the UK, right? And they have this other places in the United States. And I feel like this is a major thoroughfare, and especially coming out of Baltimore, going into DC. Like, there should have been systems in place that absolutely seemingly were not in place already. But, again, I'm not trying to be conspiracy level. I'm just saying that this is like, I feel like there could have been better situations set up to at least get a mild head count to know, because there's so much conflicting information. I've seen there were construction workers on the bridge. I've seen that it was just a semi, at least that we know. I've seen that there was one person confirmed AMA'd, which is against medical advice if you're not, you know, if you don't work in medicine. And or there was another person who was flown out in critical condition. So I really don't know. I don't know anything. And that is infuriating because now we're 12 plus hours past the event. And from an EM communication standpoint, what? You know, like this, what are we doing? Because we need to be talking about this. We need to be sending out information because this is a major thoroughfare, right? We know this. This is like major infrastructure that just totally failed. So I want to know why. And I want to know what I'm supposed to be doing, even though I don't live in Baltimore. I don't even live close to Baltimore. I want to know, though. I want to know what your plan is. I want to know why we didn't have something written down for what would happen if we had a major bridge collapse. I want to know why this city doesn't have this plan already in place. Because coming, again, from an EM standpoint, that is a failure. Why have you not been training for this? Why have... And really, this is a large statement that I'm going to make. So hold on. From an emergency management standpoint, specifically when it comes to major thoroughfare infrastructure points, right? And, you know, and even since that like train, right, derailment or blew up or whatever, there's so many that happen like that. But from a major thoroughfare standpoint, why are we not training our first responders already to do things like this? I-35 was in 2007. So almost, you know, like 20 years past the event, and we don't have a plan for a major bridge collapse. We don't have a plan for that. That's frustrating because we need to have a communication plan, like for the public, like mass information, because there are millions of people affected by this and you don't have a plan in place. There's so much mixed information coming and going. Like, I'm frustrated and I'm not even in the area, right? I'm just trying to gather information. Like, you can gather facts about the bridge and, you know, the bridges around it in the city. I want to know why you didn't have something in place to be able to get a count of how many vehicles were on that bridge. I want to know why this cargo ship was let through, having apparently failures already, let through to then make a U-turn and hit a bridge, and not just a bridge, a major thoroughfare bridge. Like, there's so many failures. It frustrates me. It frustrates me. I'm going to stop because I could literally just like sit on my soapbox for like 15 minutes. But takeaway from this is we need to start having these conversations. Either way, whether this was a black swan or a Swiss cheese, we need to know how to respond to these events appropriately to make sure that we don't have any more loss of life going forward.